Hello, this is Robert D. Lockhart coming to you from his tropical paradise here in North Queensland. I've just arrived back from the Woodstock Fruit Festival and I'd like to share with you some of my insights of the 2015 Woodstock Fruit Festival. It was the best festival ever. 500 or more people coming together, sharing their thoughts and ideas, networking and exchanging so many different backgrounds, drawing from all walks of life. Myself, if you are not familiar with my activities at the Woodstock Fruit Festival, I was teaching corrective exercise classes. When I say corrective exercise, I was teaching classes regarding your postural debt that you build up into your body throughout your daily activities. That postural debt will result in you having various both structural and other physical defects taking place later in life, should you not do something to pay off that postural debt. Now, when I say postural debt, you might think, what's this guy going on about? We're meant to be in an upright position. We're meant to be able to utilize our intelligence to see that what we create in one posture, we should offset in another posture. So therefore, what I was teaching at the Woodstock Fruit Festival this year is a simple method of utilizing gravity to your advantage. Unfortunately, gravity is going to win in the end, because we're all going to end up as dust, and we're all going to pay the ultimate price eventually. But just as it is with what you eat, it is with how you utilize gravity. So if you utilize it in a manner a few minutes a day, offsetting the stress of gravity on the body by doing some uncommon postures as opposed to the common postures, well, you'll be so much better off. I'm 71 years old next week, and I feel as though, well, this morning I got up and did the Red Arrow track here in Cairns, which is a fairly challenging 2.2 kilometre track that you go around, and then lots of steps, climbs, and then walk the length of a football field on my hands and feel really good to be offsetting the stress of gravity by utilizing the handstand and the hand walking effect. Anyone can learn how to do a handstand up against a wall, and that's what I was teaching at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. I saw so many people that had returned after having been in the previous classes that I've conducted there for the last 5 years. One lady, Fortuna, coming from Brooklyn, New York, she was in my class last year, and I hardly recognise her this year. She's in her 60s, I guess, but she looks about 45 now. She'd lost about 10 or 15 kilos, and her flexibility, skin tone, everything had improved so much after eating a rational diet and doing the exercises that I outlined to her in previous classes that I've done at Woodstock. Those classes resulted in me showing people how to both extend their bodies and invert their bodies by hanging upside down, doing a series of exercises with the weight off the joints, which increases the flexibility of the joints. See, to have a healthy joint, you've got to have full range of motion in that joint. That's the first law of orthopedics. And if you want the joints of the spine to remain healthy, then you've got to put those joints through the full range of motion to maintain that joint health. Secondly, all healing takes place in proportion to blood supply. The more blood you can get to an area, the faster it's going to heal, no matter whether it's an injury, a toxic build-up, or a congestion, inflammation, or whatever that you've sustained to that area. So therefore, with all healing taking place in proportion to blood supply, the quality of the blood as well as the quantity is so important. The quality of the blood can be enhanced by utilizing a rational diet, one that is suitable to our physiology and one that is plant-based and raw. So 100% raw, if you want 100% optimal health, that's the only way to go. Timing your eating too is important. The number of calories in your diet will relate to the number of kilojoules you're expelling through your daily activities. Now, if you're a very active person, like myself, you can still get by. I only eat 2 meals a day and just have fruit. Not much greens and certainly no root vegetables or anything like that. But the quality of the blood is directly related to your diet, primarily, okay? So primarily the diet is number one, and that quality it's not enhanced, it's actually made more detrimental if you're eating too many calories. As your body becomes more efficient, you'll be able to function so much better on a lesser amount of calories than you will as you transition to the raw food, the 100% raw food diet. Cooking denatures food. It causes molecular structure to be broken down. The structure of water is even broken down by heating. So the structure of any type of plant-based or animal type of food is broken down by heating. So therefore, our body is under so much more strain in order to try and extract nutrients and try and utilize any food that has been cooked. Secondly, cooking food results in you becoming addicted to that cooked food. And believe me, that's an addiction that's just as hard to break as the addiction to alcohol, cigarettes, or any other drug that you might want to be taking into your body through ignorance. So therefore, the quality of the blood and the quantity of the blood is the important factor if you want healing to take place. So healing in proportion to those two factors will take place no matter what, if given the chance. If you want to prevent healing, go to a medical doctor, get drugs, get surgery, and you'll be on the merry-go-round. You'll end up going back, and then one thing will go wrong, and then another thing will go wrong as a consequence. Before you end up, you're back on the old merry-go-round, and you're not taking responsibility for your own health. You've got to take responsibility. Are you ready for that? If you're not ready for it, well, you'll pay the price, quite frankly. So, having outlined those factors, quality of blood supply, the full range of motion of the joint, the ability to utilize foods which are suited to your body, which your body is designed to handle rather than foods which your body is not designed to handle. We've got the resiliency and adaptability to get by for many, many years with unsuitable foods, such as animal foods, such as grain foods, such as starch foods. They're all not suitable to our bodies. If you want to build up toxins in your bloodstream, go down that route. If you want to keep a pure bloodstream and the blood nice and thin instead of being thickened, then go down the route of the unsuitable foods, placing an abnormal strain on your body, and so you end up, by the time you're 45, 50, you've got problems developing. And believe me, that's the way 99% of the population is. And so if you want to follow the masses, you'll end up like the masses. But if you have any intelligence, you observe the masses and then you do the opposite. So observe the masses, do the opposite, and you'll be so much better off. My mentor back in California, back in the early 70s, told me, if you want to succeed in practice, be different. Don't be like all these other chiropractors out there adjusting, trying to make the patient keep on coming back for no real reason, adjusting the bones and not altering the person's lifestyle. So if you want to do that, follow the masses, you probably won't be a success. If you want to be different in your practice, do something different. Hang people upside down. Tell them to get on a rational diet. Tell them to do a short intermittent fast of one method or another, either dry fasting, juice fasting, or water fasting. But I'll go into that on another video. So if you want to follow the masses, you'll probably be submerged and not be very successful. I'm not saying I'm a success judged by monetary values, but I'm a success judged by my own personal values, and that's the important thing. So thank you for listening to this short video. It's just been by way of introduction to thank the people at Woodstock for coming along to my presentations and coming along to my exercise classes, because I so much enjoyed doing it. I was nearly not going to come this year, but I'm certainly going to be there for future Woodstocks, as long as they're around and as long as I'm around. Thank you so much. See you later.